Located in Jerusalem, within the walls of the Old City, is the Western Wall. Shalom, everyone. On today's tour, we are going to go underground with the Western Wall Heritage Foundation in order to visit sites that have just recently been opened up to the general public. It's called the Great Bridge Tour. So come with me as we head underground. All right, this is absolutely amazing. We're finally inside the Western Wall Tunnel Tour with our expert guide here, Nahum, from the Western Wall Heritage Foundation. And even though it looks like we're underground right now, 2,000 years ago, when this arch behind me was constructed as part of that great bridge that I spoke about before, this is the top of that bridge. And what we're gonna do now, with Nahum's assistance, is we're gonna go down below the bridge to see those new discoveries that have just been discovered here in what, the last 10 years?
Something like that.
Incredible. So let's head down now. We're literally descending here about 2.5 stories. Here's another arch. We saw the upper arch, this is the lower arch. And as we descend these 2.5 stories, we're literally going back in time 2,000 years. Behind me, you can see these two arches, which is the foundation of that great bridge that connected the Western Hill, where the priests lived during the Second Temple period, where the Jewish quarter is of the Old City today, and the Temple Mount, like the temple itself. The bridge also served as an aqueduct, bringing water from Gush Etzion, from the area of Efrat where I live, just south of Jerusalem, so that there would be ample water for all of the services that were taking place on the temple. Jerusalem is layered and layered and layered and layered. So much history here. Every time you peel away one of those layers, you discover something completely new. And when archaeologists came here and they started digging down, what they discovered below that dates after the construction of the bridge and after the construction of this ornamental building you can see over here is a Jewish ritual bath known as a mikvah. And this is where people would come in order to purify themselves. Absolutely incredible to see all of this happening just right here and just recently discovered. All right, so the wall that you can see behind Nahum over here with the pillars that are lit up is the same edifice that we saw in the other section. However, this one is much more preserved. We don't know why the exterior of the wall in that other area was so damaged, but it was. Here you can see the gorgeous pillars. At the top of these pillars, there are holes that would take water from the aqueduct and water would flow out from the top, and people could come here in order to gather water after their long journey on their pilgrimage to Jerusalem to visit the temple. You can imagine how thirsty they were to get fresh, cool spring water from the springs of Gush Etzion. And we all know how precious water is here in the Middle East, and especially here in Israel. So they actually have a drainage channel on the floor that would take all the excess water in order to use it for some other purpose. Just absolutely amazing. The Western Wall that you visit outside has been exposed to the elements since it was constructed. However, this area here has been buried underground for roughly about 1,700 years. So when they excavated this area only about a decade ago, and they removed all of the dirt, what was left was this incredible section of the Western Wall. What you have over here is classic Herodian stones, and each stone would have been inlaid roughly about 2 centimeters from the stone below it without any concrete or adhesive, just the weight of the stone keeping all of this intact. So the next time you visit Jerusalem and the Old City, make sure to visit the Western Wall Heritage Foundation and do one of their incredible tours here to learn more about what is below the surface here in the Old City and along the Western Wall.